And he came over the next day with a porno tape. I said, what is that?
It's the Kenny Wallace Conversation, brought to you by JEGS.
Dale Earnhardt Sr., he was the intimidator. I'm the Herminator. Great nicknames. So this brute force just is so badass. I know that's a nickname, but when did that brute force start? Who did that? Do you remember who it was that first came up with it?
My uncle Gene Beaver that
I'll be damned.
took me to Lions drag strip. They used to let me wipe the tires on David Connick's car.
Yeah.
And my cousin Steve, we just lost him here a few weeks ago.
I'm sorry about that, John.
But they were the ones that taught me the business when I was driving a truck. That's how I met Steve Pluger. But they had a guy that did my first lettering on my car.
Yeah.
Kenny Youngblood was always part of our family. Okay. Yeah. And he was the best. But I remember they wanted a name, John Force. They wanted a name that meant something. Yeah. And Beaver came up with brute force.
That's
brute.
Badass.
You're the brute. And it was like, okay, I don't know. What does that mean? You're going to be racing these guys. You're the brute. 25 years went by, right?
Yeah.
Beaver passed away.
Oh, man.
Loved him to death.
Yeah.
In the middle of it, I'm with the guy one day that was a relative. I get thinking about these stories. I want to cry.
I know.
My cousin said, John, I'm going to bring you something tomorrow. And he came over the next day with a porno tape. I said, what is that? And he said, here's where the name come from. He had got these tapes from Beaver after he passed away. And he said, there's a tape in here called Brute Force. You were named after a porno movie.
Finally.
I've told that before, but I shouldn't tell it. But that's where the name came from.
I love it. Okay, so listen.
True story. I embellish. I never lie.
You're awesome. Okay. I love you so much. And I mean, and when I say I love you, I mean that. I don't say it.